Boys and girls, we are going to be making clay rats in honor of the year of the rat, which is the first of 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac. People who were born in the year of the rat are considered to be creative, intelligent, honest, but sometimes even a little quick-tempered. Rats are sometimes kept as pets, and we are going to be using terracotta clay, which is a darker clay, to make our rats. The first thing I want to show you how to make is the body of the rat. You will remember how to do this because we are going to be making a pinch pot. Remember, I put my thumb in the middle and I'm using my little pinching fingers to go around the middle of that pot, except this time, instead of having the pot sit up, we're going to turn it over, and that will be the base of our body. Our heads are going to be made with a cone shape, sort of like an upside down ice cream cone, except we're going to turn it on the side where the pointy cone will be the nose. So I'm going to take another little piece of clay. I'm going to roll it between my palms and use my fingers to pinch one end to make a little pointy part. That'll be the nose. The next thing I need to make are the ears. Here's how we're going to form the ears. On the wide part of the cone, we just need to make two little pinches. Pinch, pinch, and that will make the little ears of our rat. The next step is using a skewer. A skewer has a flat end on one side and a pointy end on the other. The flat end of the skewer will go in on either side under the ears for our little eyes. We're going to attach the bodies by slipping and scoring. Remember, we just need to use a toothbrush to slip and score and attach the head to our body. We get to decide where to put the head. Maybe our little rat looks up. Maybe he's nibbling on some food, so his head is sort of down. Wherever you decide to put his head, you are going to slip and score and then sort of wiggle his head on. We are going to use the pointy part of our skewer to add whiskers and fur. I am going to put 3 little lines under his eye for whiskers. There's one side, and I'm going to carefully turn him over and put whiskers on the other side. I can also use the pointy part of my skewer to add fur, and everyone is going to put some texture on our rat's fur. You can see I'm making little tiny lines all over his body. Once you're done with that, we are going to carefully press our skewer into his back where a little tail will be added later. We also need to attach a tiny nose to the end of his little cone shape. So we need one teeny tiny little, barely a pea-sized piece of clay, roll it into a tiny ball, and we will carefully slip and score that tiny little nose on. So that's how you make a round-bodied rat. A long-bodied rat is another choice you may have because sometimes when rats are stretching their bodies, they have a long-looking body. We're going to start with a pinch pot that's similar, but you can see I'm going to hold it in my hand. See how I'm pressing into my hand? It looks sort of like a football shape, almost. So instead of our pinch pot being round, it looks a little bit more like an oval. And that's how we're going to make a long-bodied rat. You could choose to have a round-bodied rat or a long-bodied rat. The steps that are next are exactly the same. You can see me making another cone for the face. I'm going to pinch 2 little ears, pinch, pinch. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm using the end of my skewer for eyes. I am going to slip and score his little head on. I'm pressing and then nice little wiggle to attach it. I'm going to put little whiskers on and then a whole lot of those little lines all over his little body to show texture for his fur. I can reshape his body to make sure it's exactly the shape I want. And I also want to make sure to poke a little hole in the end there because we're going to be putting a tail in later, remember? He looks so good. Oh, we need his little nose. One more little pea-sized piece of clay. Form it to a circle, slip and score it on. Oh, did you see I decided that was too big? I can squeeze it and make it a little smaller if I want. I love our rats and I can't wait to see yours.